My girlfriend used to call me every night before bed. Then she suddenly stopped. Said she was trying a digital detox. I believed her until her Spotify Wrapped said, most played song, late night voice notes. I made my own playlist called Goodbye. I met Riley at a wedding in Charlotte back in 2022. A mutual friend was getting married, and we ended up seated next to each other at the reception. She was from Asheville, worked as a freelance writer, and had this calm energy about her that pulled you in. She wasn't loud or flashy. She just looked you in the eyes when she talked, and she listened like she actually cared. We hit it off that night and exchanged numbers. By the end of the week, we were already talking every day. Within a month, we were dating. I'm not some hopeless romantic, but after a string of bad relationships in my late 20s, I thought I finally got it right with her. I'm 33 now. I wanted someone who could be steady, someone I could count on. And at first, that's what Riley was. We didn't live together, but we were close. I lived in Greensboro. She was about 2 hours away. Every other weekend, we'd take turns making the drive. And every single night, without fail, she'd call me before bed, usually around 10:30. Sometimes earlier, if she was tired. Sometimes later, if she got stuck finishing a writing gig. But she always called. She used to say, I can't sleep until I hear your voice. It wasn't just sweet, it was real. I came to rely on it. On her. So when she told me in November that she needed a break from tech, I didn't see it coming. It was on a Thursday night. I had just finished watching a game and was waiting for her call. Around 10:45, she texted instead. Hey love, I've been feeling really overwhelmed lately. I think I need to take a break from screens for a bit. No calls, no social media. I just need some space to reset. I called her anyway. She didn't pick up. A minute later, she texted again. Not ignoring you. Just really serious about this detox thing. Please understand. I didn't know what to say. I trusted her. So I told her I supported her, even if it stung a little. Over the next few weeks, things slowed down. She'd send a random thinking of you text once every few days. No calls. No FaceTime. No weekend visits. I gave her space like she asked, thinking it would bring us closer in the long run. Then December rolled around. Spotify Wrapped came out. I wasn't even thinking about Riley at first. I opened mine and laughed when I saw that 3 out of my top 5 songs were sad country ballads. I joked to myself that I was turning into my dad. Then I remembered, Riley and I had always sent each other our Spotify Wrapped the day it came out. We did it for 2 years in a row. It was one of those silly little things that made us feel close. She hadn't texted me hers this time. I got curious. She hadn't posted anything new on Instagram or Twitter in over a month, but I knew she still had her Spotify account public. Her username was just her first and last name. No tricks. I searched for it. Still there. I clicked. Her top played song of the year. Late night voice notes. It stopped me cold. The title alone made me feel sick. I didn't recognize the artist, so I played the song. It was soft, slow, and sensual. The lyrics? Stuff like, tell me your secrets after midnight. And, I save your voice so I can play it back when I miss you. I wanted to believe it meant nothing. Maybe it was a coincidence. Maybe she just liked the vibe of the song. But the more I listened to the lyrics, the more it felt like a punch in the gut. She was still using her phone, still listening to music, still having late-night conversations. Just not with me. I sat in my apartment for hours that night, phone in my hand, playlist on repeat, thinking back through every little moment over the last month. Every ignored call, every missed weekend, every dry text. And I knew. She lied to me. She made me feel like a burden for wanting to talk to her. She used detox as a shield to hide what she was really doing. So I made my own Spotify playlist. I named it Goodbye, and I started planning what I was going to do next. I didn't say anything right away. I could have called her out that night, sent her the screenshot, texted her something angry or sarcastic. But I didn't. I sat with it, because I wanted to be sure, and I wanted to do this my way. The next morning, I made a new Spotify account under a fake name. Something generic. Mike J. I followed her. Her profile was still open, and she didn't even think to make her playlists private. She had one called Him with a black heart emoji. I clicked it. Every song on there screamed secret romance. Wait for you. Midnight talks. Unspoken. I looked at the dates. She added most of them in late October and early November. Right when she started pulling away from me, she made the playlist public. She wasn't hiding it from the world. Just from me. That's when I realized something else. We shared a Netflix account. I had added her to mine last year. I hadn't checked the profile names in months, but when I opened it, I saw a new one. It said R. Not Riley. Just R. But I knew it was hers. I clicked it. She had her own watch history. I scrolled. Tons of romantic dramas, slow burn series, even rewatched The Notebook 3 times. But here's what did it for me. I saw Love in the Villa had been watched on a Tuesday afternoon. That was the exact day she told me she was too drained to talk and needed a break from everything. She wasn't unplugging. She was just with someone else. And now I had to find out who. I went back through our old texts, looking for patterns. Names she'd mentioned more than once. There was one, Tyler. She used to talk about him like he was harmless. A guy in her local writing group who gave good feedback. Total nerd, she called him once. Wouldn't know how to flirt if it hit him in the face. But I remembered something else. Back in September, I visited her for a weekend. On Sunday morning, we went to a coffee shop, and Tyler happened to be there. Riley waved him over. He was taller than I expected, dressed well, confident. When I shook his hand, he smiled too long. I didn't think much of it then. Now it all clicked. I searched his name on Instagram. Riley didn't follow him from her main account anymore, but from my fake account, I found his profile. Public. No shame. One post stood out. A mirror selfie. He wore a hoodie with a tiny sticker stuck to the bottom corner of his phone case. I zoomed in. It was the same "Be Kind" sticker I gave Riley last spring. I had stuck it on the back of her phone when we were messing around one weekend. She laughed and left it there. He had her phone, or she had given him the sticker. Either way, it confirmed everything. I felt my chest tighten, but I didn't cry. I was past that. I was angry now. I wasn't going to scream or show up at her place. That's not me. But I wasn't going to just walk away either. Not after all the lies. I had one more thing to do first. Riley had a big writing event coming up in Asheville, a weekend retreat her group was hosting. She had invited me months ago, said it was too boring for me, but that she'd love for me to swing by on Sunday when it was over so we could grab dinner. That dinner was still on the calendar. I decided I'd go, but not for dinner. I didn't tell her I was coming. I didn't ask if dinner was still on. I just drove. It was a 2-hour trip to Asheville. I left around 10 a.m. on that Sunday, early enough to get there before the retreat wrapped up. I didn't even know the exact location, just the lodge name from a post she made a while back. Still public, still searchable. Lazy mistake on her part. It was a small lodge in the mountains, just outside town. Real scenic. Real cozy. Parking lot had about 20 cars. I stayed in my truck for a while, watching. People started coming out around 1 p.m. Some were carrying notebooks and folders, some hugging goodbye. Then I saw her. Riley. She was smiling. And walking next to her, Tyler. He was holding her laptop bag. They didn't touch, but they didn't need to. They were walking close, heads tilted toward each other like they were sharing a secret. The way she used to walk with me. I waited until they reached her car. She popped the trunk, and he put her bag in. Then he hugged her. Not a friendly side hug. It was long, slow, his hand on her lower back. She didn't pull away. That was it. I didn't get out of the truck. I didn't make a scene. I just took a picture from where I sat. One clear shot of them wrapped up in each other. I left after that. Drove to a quiet diner a few miles away and sat in a booth. I ordered coffee and eggs, but I didn't touch them. I just stared at my phone. That night, I finally texted her. Hope your detox helped. Spotify says you've been busy with late-night voice notes. She didn't respond for 6 hours. When she did, it was, WTF are you talking about? I sent the screenshot of her Spotify Wrapped. Then I sent the photo of her and Tyler hugging in the parking lot. No reply. Not that night. Not the next morning either. Then, midday Monday, I got a long-ass paragraph. She said she never meant to hurt me. That she was confused and that she didn't know how to end things properly. She said Tyler was just someone who understood her better emotionally, and she didn't expect it to happen. She called it bad timing. She said she didn't want to disrespect what we had. I didn't respond. Instead, I updated my Spotify playlist. The one I named Goodbye. I made it public. I added one last song to it, Liar by Paramore. Then I changed the cover photo to the picture of her and Tyler in the lodge parking lot. No words. Just that. By noon, a few people from her writing circle, people I didn't even know, started liking the playlist. I guess she forgot that Spotify lets followers see your playlists when you make them public. I guess she forgot how many mutual friends we still had in the app. She texted me that night. Take it down. Please. I didn't. I didn't say a word. That was just the beginning. The playlist didn't go viral or anything. I'm not that petty or that lucky. But it got around enough. A few of Riley's friends unfollowed her on socials within the week. One of them DM'd me privately and said, "You deserved better." She's been messy with Tyler for months. Messy? That word stuck with me. I wasn't a saint either. I didn't handle things perfectly. I should have confronted her sooner. Should have asked harder questions when the signs showed up. But I loved her. That was my mistake. I trusted too deep, too fast, and I let that blind me. And now? Now I had one more thing left to do. See, Riley's writing group had a newsletter. Nothing huge, but about 300 subscribers, friends, fans, a few local authors. She ran the whole thing. Monthly essays. Updates on her latest work. Well, one day while we were still good, she had me help with the formatting. I still had her login info saved. So I logged in. I wrote a short post. Subject line: Truth is a better story. Body: Sometimes the story we tell the world is cleaner than the one we live. Sometimes the truth is messier, darker, and full of shame. Riley knows about truth. She just stopped writing it. So I helped her finish the chapter she tried to skip. And I linked to the Spotify playlist. I didn't name names. I didn't drag her through the mud. I just let the pieces line up on their own. I sent the post to drafts. I didn't hit send. Not yet. Instead, I emailed her. Subject: Your move. No message. Just that. It took her 6 minutes to call me. She was crying. She begged. She said she was sorry, that she had made a mistake, that it was never supposed to happen this way. That Tyler was just a crash she thought she needed after too much emotional weight. I sat there and listened. Then I said, "You ended us. Not with a breakup, but with silence." I just gave that silence a title. She asked me not to send the newsletter. I said I wouldn't, and I didn't. But I deleted the draft. Because some endings don't need loud exits. Some endings don't need revenge served cold. Sometimes, silence is revenge. Sometimes, not giving someone the final word is how you win. I blocked her after that call. Deleted the playlist. Closed my Spotify account completely. I don't listen to music at night anymore. But I sleep just fine. Alone. And honest.